I guess I know you would have rather have been playing, but can you describe your emotions that second half, considering what was at stake at the game and losing those two blokes to see what they did?
Yeah, it was brilliant. The boys put in a great effort yesterday against a pretty good side in Essendon, and especially with a couple of guys going down early. Showed a lot of character, and I was ecstatic after the game for the boys, and I'm sure everyone else was in the rooms.
You've had some good wins this year. Do you think that was, under the circumstances, though, the best win the club's had this year?
Yeah, I think you'd go close. As I said, and everyone knows, under the circumstances, with a couple of our best players going down pretty early on, some of the guys had to take up a fair bit of workload, and I think they did that really well, and it was a bit of a gutsy win and showed a bit of character, and I think that the boys grew up a little bit and did well, so it was good.
We're starting to see the impact that a couple of trips to Utah have had when you see a performance like that, couple down and you still run over the top of the opposition?
Yeah, I think so. Over the last couple of years, we've had some pretty solid pre-seasons. Going to Utah and all the work that our conditioning staff have been doing with us over there and also back in Melbourne, and I think that the guys playing a lot of games together as well helps that as well with match fitness and stuff like that. So hopefully we can do that again this year, go back to Utah and keep building on that for next year and the years to come.
Just this turnaround in the second half of the year, there's been a lot of theories on why it's happened and what was the turning point. In your view, what's turned it around in the second half of the year?
Yeah, I think the guys just had enough of getting beaten by big margins and getting beaten in general. So I think that the guys got together and said that enough's enough, and it's time that we sort of grew up and started taking responsibility, and I think we did that and started putting a bit of pride in our performances and stuff like that. So still got a lot of work to do in the next few weeks. Obviously Collingwood this week is a big game for us, and then we got Freo again, which is another big game, and GWS to finish off. So the next 3 weeks are going to be crucial for us, and we're just looking to take it 1 week at a time.
That game against Collingwood was probably the team's lowest point of last year. They've actually touched up with the past few times. Like, how much does that still hurt? And do you think that Collingwood's one team you still really have a point to prove against?
Yeah, well, I don't think since I've been at the club, which has been about 4 years, we haven't beaten Collingwood. So obviously for me personally, I think for the other boys as well, because we haven't beaten them in a while, it's not a great position to be in. So coming off a few good wins and knowing that we're in good form is a good confidence builder to come into the game. Then we're in no better position to we've been in good position to take them on. Sorry, so I think the guys are just really looking forward to get out there and as you've seen on the weekend against Sydney, Collingwood are in great form, so it's going to be a great opportunity to get out there and really enjoy the challenge. So it's going to be good.
How's it been for you this last month? Just take us through what you actually did over in Utah and what sort of training you've had to do to keep up to AFL fitness.
Yeah, so over in Utah it was quite sunny over there, which was nice. The weather was good. Come back here, and last week it was freezing cold, which was a bit different. But no, we went over there, and Brad McKenzie, the first year player, came over with me, and we did a fair bit of training. We probably trained 4 or 5 hours a day for the 2 weeks we were over there. Doing things from anaerobic running sessions to aerobic running sessions to weights to skill work, to mountain bike riding, and we did a fair bit of work at the US ski team as well. So we've developed a pretty good relationship over there with them, with Brad and our fitness guys. So using them as a resource was fantastic for us, and it was a bit of a hard month, but yeah, look forward to get back into it this week, and hopefully the coach might pick me. Otherwise, I'll be down at Werribee. But yeah, no, hopefully I'll get a gig, and it should be good.
Is the training similar to what you do in your pre-season camp over there, or because you're still in season, it's not quite as intense as that?
Yeah, I think it's pretty similar to what we did in pre-season. A couple of the running stuff we did over there, 4 1.6k time trials we did in the pre-season and stuff like that. So some of the times and stuff you can match with over there. And obviously at altitude it's a little bit more difficult, but some of the stuff as well you can't do because, as you said, we're in season mode, and we have to sort of try and match game running with some other stuff. So we had a bit of a mixture of stuff up there.
Do you think it might end up being a bit of a blessing in disguise for you, Jack? It's not the sort of thing you normally get to do in season, a bit of a fitness boost for you to run out the season?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously not a great result, missing a month of footy, but you got to take the positives out of every situation, and I think that going to Utah and getting some more exposure at altitude is probably not a bad thing for me, and hopefully that's going to hold me in good stead for the rest of the season.
I've been asked to ask you about how you went on the mountain bike over there.
I've been stitched up here, but yeah, no, we had some good times on the mountain bike over there, and unfortunately at one point I think I found myself flying over the handlebars, but no injuries, and yeah, no, it was good fun.
the time of your suspension, our coach was obviously pretty fired up and suggested you might be a little bit sort of confused about how you go about it. Does anything change when you go back out there, and if that situation arises again, do you attack the ball differently, or is it as is?
No, I don't think I'll change the way I play. I've been asked this a few times since it's happened, and I think that I've been brought up to be taught to attack the ball ferociously, and I think that that's one of my strengths in my game. So if I was to be put in that position again, I think not much would change, and if that leads to me getting in trouble down the track, then we'll sort it out when it comes. So yeah, but I don't think I'll change the way I play.
Do you know any more, I guess?
Do you think you have enough depth to combat the injuries that you sustained last night?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you have a look at our side and the guys in the VFL at the moment. Guys like Cam Pedersen, Levi Greenwood, Luke Delaney. These guys are just waiting for their opportunity. And you've seen in the past couple of weeks with Cruz Garlett coming to the side, that's all he wanted was an opportunity. He grabs that opportunity and plays well each week. So we've probably got a list of 10, 15 guys who are really not far off being selected in the senior side. So hopefully they get their opportunity and play really well.
We've seen that transition in the second half of the year. I mean, Drew was pretty well held yesterday. Apart from Boomer's little cameo, he was pretty well held. Have we seen that transition that suddenly not too much is being left to too few?
Yeah, I think this year it's been good from the younger guys standing up, not leaving, as you said. Boomer or Drewy or Wellesley or Spitter to do all the work. So that the younger guys are really standing up and taking it upon themselves to share that workload. And I think that on the weekend, Drew might not have had his best game personally, but the work he does off the ball doesn't go unnoticed by the coaches and obviously the players as well. But he doesn't have to have great influence on a game for us to still win a game. So that's a real positive coming out of the second half this year.
For most of the year, I guess you've been sort of outside of the finals, whereas now it probably looks more probable than not that you will make it. Like, does that sort of change in status put more pressure on you at all?
No, I don't think so. I think that every game is crucial in the season. The next three are big ones for us, and I think that we take it might be a bit of a cliche, but 1 week at a time sort of thing, and just making sure that we've got Collingwood this week, so we've got to try and do everything we can to better ourselves to try and beat them. So all our focus and energy is going to be going into Collingwood this week, and then Fremantle the week after, and then GWS the week after that. So it's as I said, it's a week in, week out sort of look on it.
So how are you feeling, Jack? 4 weeks off. I mean, does your body feel noticeably fresher having not played footy?
Yeah, obviously you play footy each week and you get bumps and bruises and all that sort of stuff, and obviously haven't played for a month, so I'm feeling quite fresh at the minute. Been doing a fair bit of running and stuff like that, but that doesn't really become the sorest part of football. I think the contact and the bumps and all that sort of stuff is where you become most sore, and not having that for a month, I'm feeling fresh as a daisy and I'm jumping out of my skin to get out there, so it should be good.